Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Grumpy Vlogger Live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fun-filled week of silliness and craziness on the Grumpy Vlogger Live. So let's just jump right into it. Let's bring on, he's my co-host, he's my buddy, and he may be short on reach, but he sits tall in shadow. Everybody's favorite munchkin, Mr. Art Carlson.
Yeah. And I'm the master of zingers.
You're master of zingers, yeah. You've been coming up with some good ones lately too. So,
well, you guys set them up, I knock them down.
You knock them down. There you go. That's it. Yeah, that's about it too. So, okay, let's go ahead and bring in the next guy, the Thunder from Down Under, everybody's favorite Aussie, Mr. Dominic Northside Hawk.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Air3 today.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we are. Yeah, no. And the man who's in charge, Mr. Charles, let's bring him on in. He always has a lot to say. It's hard for me to get a word in edgewise sometimes, but he gives me a break once in a while. Anyway, Mr. Charles Galuski. Hey, Charles.
Hey, folks.
So how is everything in your parts of the world or the country? Hot? Did I get... That sounded like I got echoes there. Hot. Yeah. Yeah, it's not hot where you're at, is it, Dominic?
Not yet.
Oh, my God. It was, well, I posted a thing today, showed my temperature in my van, showed 108 degrees, and it actually got up to 111 at one point. It was just, and we're running about 40-50% humidity the whole time, so it's just like, oh, my God.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, well, we don't do it very often, but this is one of them El Nino things. By the way, for anybody who's listening that has wondered about like Steve Carpenter out in California, he said luckily they didn't get hit with anything. It all kind of moved to the east before it came up there. So some parts of California got hammered pretty hard, but he says they got a little bit, but it wasn't bad.
I got some news that I picked up from The Wire. Hurricane Hillary caused so much damage that 3,000 emails were deleted.
Yeah, I must have got that 10 times today from people. I think everybody was sending. Steve was the first one that sent it to me this morning. And Jim Hightower, which all of you guys know, Help at Home Jim, he's my earliest sponsor. He sent me some nice things to help me out.
Subscriber.
No sponsor. He actually sponsors some stuff for me in the very beginning. So, yeah, he provided me with a lavalier mic and a few other things. He's done stuff. And he called me today because he'd been trying to get hold of Steve Carpenter and couldn't get through to him. So I texted Steve and I said, well, I'd heard from him last night or early this morning. He'd sent it to me. So, yeah, it was so he's doing okay. So I can't remember who else is out there.
Landed.
I think, isn't Dre out there? Is that where he's at?
Yes, Dre is out in the Barstow area.
Yeah, Barstow area. Yeah. So, anyways, we want to keep them in our thoughts and prayers anyway. So, I just want to give an update. I haven't heard about Dre, but I did hear about Steve Carpenter. So, let's just run up through here, and we'll start at the top, and we'll just go down. Let's see. Let me do it on this chat because then I can. Let's see, we got Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk. We got Jody, Drone Shots, AZ Drone Dude.
Yeah, that'd
Captain
be David.
David, yeah. And USA Drone Flyer, Captain Joe America. That would be Joe. Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk. That would be Grant. We got Don, Mudball Creatives. We've got Cool Cat. Yes.
Okay,
and
that's Michael.
Michael, yes. I have him on my list. I just haven't looked at it today. Let's see, Mr. B Outdoors Misadventures. We got Dominic telling everybody hello on about 3 or 4 different chats. We got Artco doing about the same thing. Let's see who else we got. I do know that we have Max Air 400 and Tammy Jean. I appreciate you guys dropping in. And let's see, Charles Galuski, you're here. Oh, Steve Knowles is here. Okay.
Yep.
And we got Lee. Yellow Rose Drones.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yes, Lee. And JKS Enterprises is also here.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
That would be
Leonard.
Leonard. Would that be
Leonard.
Dominic?
Leonard, yeah,
Leonard.
okay.
Or
And
Leonard in some areas.
yeah, Drone Life RC has popped in. And let's see, Steve Knowles, yep. And I think,
It's Max Air 420, not Max Air 400.
what did I say? Oh, I did say 400, didn't I? Well, Mel came in on the show yesterday, and then I talked to him last night. I sent him a link. I don't know if he's going to be able to get on, but I do want to say, in case he doesn't, I'll wait and see if he gets on. If he doesn't get on, then hello, Andrew. And Chris at Sunrise Water Media. Mark R. White's also just jumped on.
Yeah.
So,
and the X-Wing.
Oh,
Right.
the X-Wing, yes.
New England.
Yeah, a couple of Australians in here at least.
Yeah, get a few Aussies. Yeah, Waypoint, New England. Welcome. But yeah, it's been. Oh, Max, it won't be the first time you've unsubscribed to me. You'll probably do it 2 or 3 more times in my lifetime. So
We got Drones.
W Drones.
oh yeah,
online.
W Drones. Yeah, I've been seeing him a lot. Green Mountain Droning. Welcome.
Yeah, that would be Gene.
Gene. Yeah, Gene. Yeah, he changed up his name. I knew it was Gene, but
Gene Fox.
what is it? Gene Fox. I was going to say Fox, but I thought I've already screwed up Max's channel name. I don't want to screw anything else. I don't want to get in any more trouble. But
We got Eric Lipinski. That would be Eric.
that would be Eric.
Right,
Yes,
you're correct there,
yes.
Charles. 95% of Max.
Yeah, I got 95% Max. You know, Mel and I did things for close to 3 years or over 3 years. We were together back and forth. And then things changed. He had stuff that, when he lost his dad and he had to go back out to Tennessee and take care of a lot of stuff out there, it changed things up. So he is doing really big in the modifying RC trucks. He's custom building RC trucks for these guys now and doing pretty well at it from the sounds of it. And so we sat up and talked last night a little bit about RC stuff. And remind me, and if he doesn't show up, remind me later in the show to give you a little shout out to him about something that's going on with him that I think everybody will be interested in. And he did. I do know that he made it to all that little get together they have out there in Tennessee. Yeah, that thing, whatever it is. I don't go to it, so it's that thing.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Ken Heron.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Ken.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, anyways, so what exciting things are going on with you guys? Anything?
Ooh, I found a license
As
plate.
I always say, too much excitement is barely enough.
Okay. You found a license plate?
Oh, I think you'll like this. Oh, yes. I think every state should have one.
Go back to California. Yeah,
You know
that's
what?
one that
I just might have to do that. Get a
yeah. That's a good license plate. That is a good license plate. Yeah.
Well, and in Nevada, I guess some Karen probably got pissed off, and there were some complaints, but a judge ruled
How many Karens?
the Nevada
can
man
keep
could keep his license plate. That's good.
Excellent. So, well, you guys know I've been talking a lot about my AnchorMake M5 3D printer, which is really nice. It's got so many good features, and it's pretty idiot proof because I can use it. I mean, I'm printing with it all the time now.
Daystrom?
I don't think so. No.
No.
It's made by
Nate and
Anchor.
Dominic got that one.
Yeah. But anyways, yes, it's idiot proof. They came out with a new one called the M5C, which is just a little bit smaller print area. It's also $300 cheaper, but you don't get the camera, you don't get the some of the other features, the AI. You don't get. It's a knockdown version. You don't get the touch screen, so it's good, but it's I mean, it's still a darn good. The M5C is excellent, and it, like I said, it's $300 cheaper. It's like $399.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't understand. Oh, Cool Cat. I didn't understand what it meant to say. Yeah, go back to California. Exactly.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna put myself on full screen because I got a couple little things that under
Let's go.
they on the phone app they send you files that you can print directly off of this and send right over to the Anchor Make, and they're in a lot of ways they're to test out the different things of it. It must have been dark chocolate because it made art bitter.
Mm.
But anyways, they've come out with what they call a precision mode. They have the fast mode, which is doing it at 500 millimeters a second. Standard is 255, and everything I do for my dummies, I reduce it way down to about 90 to 100 millimeters a second, just because I want the detail to be good. So, and but hello, Captain Ray. Saw your show today. It was good, very
Hey,
enjoyable. Had a
alright.
good guest. But I went ahead and they had this one file, and I went ahead and printed it. So I'm going to put myself on full screen,
Okay.
solo layout, and I'm going to show you. All right, this is what I printed. Okay,
Ooh.
and a little bit closer up
Oh.
file showing you what the detail on it, and this was printed at 255 millimeters a second. There was no supports on it or anything. And this is what it looks like in, I think this is the one I had to slow it down in order for it to, well, I slowed it down so I'd have more than 10 seconds, of video. But yeah, this is the slowed down version because you'll see me walking through here and jumping out in and out. But this is the time lapse of it, and it records the time lapse automatically. All you got to do,
awesome.
I found out on my iPhone, you can type in iMovie, and it brings up your iMovie, and then you can just slow down any files. And
Oh, cool.
then this is the way, and it's a 1080p camera, but it's built in. So I slowed that one down, but this is what it looks like when I normally get it before I slowed it down.
Oh, cool.
which is cool to watch too. It's got built-in light and everything else. So, let me put myself back up here, and
We got
exit
Steve
solo.
Carpenter in the chat.
Well, Steve, I was just telling everybody that you seem to have missed the greatest part of the Hurricane Hillary. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
with all the election stuff going on, they had to go there with that. I mean,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
just another blowhard from California, Hurricane
Yeah,
Hillary.
That's right. Yep, those chads don't hang themselves.
Yeah. Anyways, it was just, but that's what I've been doing, and I've been printing up a bunch of parts for my dummies, and I've been printing up a bunch of these teapots and cups and saucers that Judy wants me to give away to all the cousins that have asked for it. So I've got about 6 of them, and it just is so easy to use. I just send the file over, and I set my speeds on it. You don't have to be a genius at using Tinkercad. I mean, that's what I did with this. This was a small hand, and I just used Tinkercad to put the wrist on it, and then increase the size of it. And there it was, But Hillary skirted to the east of us, and spread out. No one dies from Hurricane Hillary. Any deaths are suicide. That's from Cool Cat.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can see where we're going with this show tonight.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
really going. Yeah,
I think a lot of people heard my rant yesterday on your show. No, they're expecting one. You're not getting one tonight. I'm not. Hello, Maddie. Welcome.
We got Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be Matt. Yeah, of Maddie's Drone World. But yeah, yeah, we had a good show yesterday, didn't we, Art?
Yes, we did.
It was very lively. I'll say that much.
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the chat was very, very interactive. I mean, that was
the chat was very active.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
good because it helps the algorithm as well.
Yes. Yeah, and I will say this right now. Don't forget at 8 o'clock is Drone Nation with
That's what
Ron
we
Brown
have.
and
Marcus
Marcus Crawford. Thank you.
and Ron
And
You know what was going through my
and
name, my
DeMarco.
mind, right? And yeah,
And tonight they've got a special guest.
they do, and I know who that is. So we're not going to say
Billy
anything.
Kyle.
Billy Kyle is on, yes, and there is
Yep.
going to be somebody else that might surprise him
Ooh,
that I already know about. So we'll
nice.
look for some videos from me in the next 3 or 4 days that I'll be putting up, and you'll know who it is but watch his show to find out. But anyways,
And if you're a member on my channel, you'll get to see the repair job, how to repair a sensor on
yes,
Yavata.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And but yeah, so you want to watch that especially if you want to learn something about drones. If you want to learn something about drones, you are at the wrong channel, folks. I know diddly squat when it comes to drones, except how to turn them on, how to charge my batteries, how to turn them on, make sure they're updated, which I've got to do tonight. Was his opinion on Clinton? And his review was, my wife says I can never find it. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, Jeff Dunham is one of my. I love his comedy, and of course his characters are just great. And someday I might be 1/100th good as he is. Someday. Because I'll never. I do ventriloquism for the fun, not because I'm too old to put in the effort to go out and set up a show. It's just too much work. I've got other things in life right now. So, but yeah. Let's see what else I was going to talk about. Well, that's it. Show's over. Let's go home.
Okay.
Oh, no.
There must be something we can.
But how everybody deserves happiness. Damn it.
We got two at the same time. That was a double
Yeah,
thing.
I know.
Art's having multiple joke
Emotional. Damn
Well,
it.
thank you, Tammy Jean. I do appreciate that. I try. Of course, everybody knows the name of my newest character is Justin.
Yeah.
And it just, when I decided to start building my own guy, and Justin was giving me so much crap, I decided, why not? It seemed like the perfect revenge. So I named my dummy Justin. But yeah, I'm actually going to be doing some flying tomorrow, I think. Yeah, so with the Avata. So.
Well, I flew my DJI FPV yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I had
How do you
a
like
heck
it
of a
compared to
time
the Avata?
trying to get the video working. It only wanted
Really?
to take pictures.
What was the problem?
Then I brought it indoors, and then I started playing around with the menu settings. And what is that noise? I'm hearing a click, click. Anyway, so played around with the menu settings and finally got the video. So when next time I fly, it'll already be ready to take video. I can even
Excellent.
set it up to where it'll automatically record when I turn on the drone.
Yeah. I think I had my Avata.
Have you turned it on and off again? That usually works.
Yeah, I think I have my Avata set up that as soon as I turn it on, it starts recording. Or as soon as I take off, I can't remember now. It's in the menu. I'm going to have to. I really need to look because I got to have that thing ready to fly tomorrow. So I better actually pull it out and see if it's updated and do a few things like that.
And the batteries are all charged.
Yeah, I've got 3 batteries, so I'll put it on the charger and make sure they're updated.
Cool.
So let's see. Boy, there seemed like there's a lot I was going to talk about today, but I'm kind of yesterday's show was so much, it was just seemed like it rolled through.
Yeah,
I do. I like to update my drones.
Yeah, we did almost an hour and a half.
I know.
Yeah.
And and then I got off. Both my boys are out of town right now, so I guess if the world goes to hell in a handbasket here in Muskogee, we're screwed. We got to wait 3 or 4 hours for any of them to show up because one's down in down at North Padre, or in
Texas.
Yeah, it's in Texas. I'm trying to think. Corpus.
South
I keep wanting
Corpus.
to say Galveston, but it's Corpus, and they can actually. There's an aircraft carrier that is moored there as a museum, docked right there. I can't remember which one it is. I'm not Navy, so I didn't care. But I like some of the planes that are on there. There's actually an A7A, or it might be the D model, one of the Navy A7s, which is the first weapon system I started working on, first ones I loaded bombs on. And anyways, where they are at, they rented a house. My youngest son and daughter-in-law, I'm trying to think, is their 25th anniversary they All right, Steve, you take care and drive safe.
Steve.
And
drive safely.
but they walked down the beach from where their house is at. Their house, the back porch opens right onto the beach, and they walked down the beach a little ways, and they got a close-up shot of this aircraft carrier. And then he sent me another picture in which it's just, it opens up the back door, and you can see it from, about a mile away. But I mean, it's right there, out their back door. They can see that aircraft. So that's kind of cool. And he sent that to me, and my other son took off this morning. We didn't get any of the, we didn't get the hole dug down to the water line that we got to cut. And, so, cause it was just too hot, and he'll be back. They're taking off for a few days, and they're probably over in Arkansas or maybe Missouri even by now. I don't know. So, but yeah, so we're just Judy and I by ourselves.
Oh, that would be the Lexington.
That's it, Lexington. I knew that's what it was, but for some reason it just wouldn't come to mind. Yeah. As I said, I'm not Navy, so I was Air Force. So what do I care? The sad thing is I've got a lot of retired Navy friends. That's the problem. I don't.
Yeah. Very few. Rodney Bell.
Rodney Bell is one of them. Yeah. I got very few Air Force friends, I think that was Dominic's phone that was ringing there, Andrew. Air Force rules, yeah. Hey, Bill, Coast to Coast Drones.
Hey, Bill.
Yes, Air Force rules, We, but, I that was the smartest thing I did, because I was right at the cutoff for the draft, and I knew I was probably going to go. Steve Carpenter's also Air Force. Yeah. And I knew I was right.
Is right here in Colorado.
Colorado Springs. Yeah. 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 I think, where was it? I think it was with either one of it might have been with one of the scout groups I was with, or it might have been some other group that I belonged to, and we went down and watched the Air Force play. Oh, they played the University of Hawaii, and they lost. I mean, how in the hell do you lose to the University of Hawaii?
Yeah. And were they the Rainbow Warriors then?
No, they were not. That didn't exist then.
Okay. Yes, it is hot up here, and it is 99 degrees right now.
Drone therapy, would that be drone therapy? Is that Bill's got yeah, it's got to be Bill. He must have a second channel.
That's a burner account.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
New drone 4K, all the way from Mexico.
Yep, on my channel.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow.
We got Ron,
I did not know you.
Drone Nation.
Drone Nation's here. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, his show is at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
And you will learn something because Billy Kyle will be on there. And when Billy Kyle's on,
Mm-hmm.
you always learn something. So,
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and maybe he'll bring his brother or cousin Gomer, Kyle.
oh, God.
Go
You really had to stretch for that one, didn't you, Art? That was a.
That was a stretch.
Yeah, you got me on the roll yesterday.
Well, you fell off that roll today. Yeah, we did have a good show yesterday. That was fun.
Yes. Yes, it was fun. Yep.
So what about what about that Air 3? What do you guys hear about that? Is it any good, or has anybody heard anything? Has anybody done any
It
videos
flies.
yet on it? It flies. Okay, that's always
Yeah,
good.
it's flies.
Mhm.
Joe Fotoleo, hello.
Yes.
Billy will be joining you tonight. Yeah,
It's good pictures, good
he
video.
does. Okay.
Yeah,
As
Now, how-
action track.
yeah, I'd like one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, yeah. You wanted to give me another thumbs. I appreciate that, Bill. I really do. I always I always enjoy
Yeah, be
watching Bill's
careful
show.
where you put those thumbs.
Exactly.
So, Charles, you've been real chatty tonight. How's things going with you?
Okay, Lloyd. Just a little
You've been
tired
kind of
today.
busy
It was
on
grocery shopping day.
You've been kind of busy on the circuit here, the YouTube circuit.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm like, holy crap!
Yeah.
No, why not?
I did that for a while. I couldn't keep up, especially with taking care of Judy. It's like, man, when you got somebody, when you're having to help out somebody or take care of somebody, it's really hard to get to all those shows. And I've narrowed down to about 4 shows that I watch pretty regular. And the only shows I'm really ever on are Free Conservative Gimps, which is on Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time.
No.
No?
I'm usually getting ready at that
4
4
p.m.
p.m.
4 p.m.
and have
Pacific
something
Time.
on in
Yeah.
the background.
Yeah. Air 5 is coming soon. Yeah. You
Yes.
predict? Well, yeah.
No, I'll
Actually,
wait for the F5S then.
I think, what is it? I think
About
the Air
Phantom
3S.
5.
F3S will be Christmas, I reckon. Because they've
Yeah,
got to get
yeah.
Christmas traffic.
Yeah. I don't, my batteries are going to end up just dying of old age because they don't get used enough, and I just, I love my Avata, but, and that's the only drone I really fly. I mean, I still have my Spark, I have my Spark and I have my, Air Original, the noisy one. So, and, but I just don't get excited about drones that much. I mean, I like doing it, but it seems you got to charge your batteries. You got to make sure you got updates. You got to do this. You got to do that. And it's like,
That's everything in life.
And whereas, yeah, I got to do that with any of my hobbies, but I got so friggin' many hobbies. That's my problem. I don't.
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to do, I think, here in the near future, because we're doing some rearranging of our house again. I think what I'm going to do. Ron, at my new job today. Sorry you couldn't join. Well, I appreciate you checking in, Ron. I didn't know.
No worries, Ron.
Wasn't sure when you started it. Hope it works out good for you. I hope it really does. So be safe out there. But what I'm going to probably be doing is dropping my green screen and putting up, showing my guitars and my different things. And,
cool.
Kind of going back to an open setup behind me. And, right now what this is doing is just, it's hiding the friggin' junk behind it, but I'm going to clear a bunch of that out. But, yeah, so that's on my agenda over the next month or so. It might be the first year. Well, not the first year. I'll get it done before then, but it might be sometime next month before I get that all finished up. But
Cool.
so, anyways, and like I said, I got too many hobbies. Charles, what do you do besides flying drones? Or do you even fly drones anymore?
I well, I finally got to put my Air 2S up a couple of times recently, and I'm looking forward to more. It's just like last year, the weather was insane. Well, I didn't have my Air 2S last year. All I had was my Mini, and it's just like
Right.
every day. Even at ground level, there were 10, 12, 15, 20 mile an hour winds. I mean, literally almost every single day. And when it wasn't that, it was like viciously too hot to fly.
Right.
So I really got gypped out of last year. This year's been better. Plus, I was also kind of concerned because I was really sort of cut off at the knees by DJI not giving the Mini 2 the remote ID. I mean, no, I know everybody says, no, it doesn't need it, and I don't want it, blah, 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 blah. Well, no, it does need it because there are a lot of people out there who make money with the Mini 2 or who are 107s and have Mini 2s for casual flying or scouting purposes and stuff like that. And so they need to have RID on the Mini 2 as well.
Yep.
So that sort of really, that sort of, took the wind right out of me. Now that I've got the Air 2S, I'm not concerned about any stuff like that. And I can.
That goes into effect next month, right?
Yep.
Well, maybe.
But
there's been some word that because the manufacturers, the folks who are making the modules, are not nearly ready, the FAA might extend that date.
Yeah,
might.
Yeah.
I really don't know for sure, but that's the rumor.
Was it by the 1st of September is what they were talking about? If that's the case, I mean, we're only a week away. 23rd. Okay. Yeah. So we're still just a little bit right at a month away. So we'll probably know some. Originally it said you don't need to register the Mini S, but yeah, it's register the Mini because they are sub 250. Yeah. Well, I don't care one way or the other whether it has remote ID or not, because if anybody wants to know where I'm flying, all I got to do is look out here on the corner of my house here, and they can see me out there and stand in the street. It's pretty obvious. And but it's just one more of those things that that we gotta do to fly our drones, and if we got to do it, we got to do it.
That's great.
It's just like, okay, we bought a boat last month. Well, it's a friggin' 10-foot plastic John boat. I had to go through all sorts of craziness just to get the friggin' thing, to put a little sticker on there that I had to pay for. I don't know, it cost me $10 or so, but or $17. It's just the way state could make some more money, and it's just like they want, I had to fill out this one card, and then I had to take it back over there, and then they had to run it down to a notary and get a different form filled out, and then they had to take a different form. And I was back and forth. It took me, we were back, myself and the manager of the store there was back and forth. It took 4 hours to get that little bitty sticker on there. It's like, why? It's a plastic friggin' boat, and if my motor was 10 horsepower above, I was going to have it registered as well. Fortunately, I've only got 3.6 horsepower motor, so it doesn't have to be registered. But it's just like, just more stuff we got to do just for us to have fun with our hobbies. And no, I haven't ridden in the boat yet. I haven't even it's still padlocked to the back wheel of my truck. I got it out there where my truck is parked. I got leaned up against there and I ran a cable lock through it. And but 16th of September, Mark says.
Okay.
Joe says, "What's this remote ID?" I keep hearing Joe Fodoleo. Yeah. It's I don't know what they're going to do with it. Because the parameters they set up for the manufacturers was, they had to submit a thing and do this and do that just so they could get authorized to manufacture it, and that took forever. And then then they had to decide who had to have theirs registered and who didn't. And What is worried about, Rhoda? Do you worry about GPS on your? No, and I'm not worried about it. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. My Avada has it, so I don't care. I know a lot of people are upset, but it's just you're right. Our GPS on my van, because I've got the map system built into my dash there, and it's it's on GPS, so they can find me wherever they want. For that matter, so is my friggin' phone. And it's just something. It's not so much that I don't feel invaded upon. I mean, we've been intruded upon by devices for the last, like these friggin' ice boxes, or refrigerators. Showing my age, I still call it an ice box, but these friggin' refrigerators that are smart, and they tell you, you need to go shopping for some milk. Your milk's going
to. Your milk is low. You better put that on your list.
Hell, it puts it on a list for you and sends it to your phone. Like, why do they have to,
Or they send it to the store, and then the store delivers it, and
delivers it to
why
you.
is the doorbell ringing? Honey, here's your grocery. And then you find that your bank statement and your money's going down, because hey, everybody, you got machines buying shit for you.
Hey, Mike.
Well, and that's it. We don't get, that's part of the problem too. Is we're so connected to our phones and our devices, and I'm not anti-device. Hell, I've got them all over the house. And I've got streaming video in three different rooms that I have it streaming in. Not counting my iPad, my iPhone. Judy's got the new Motorola Razr Z Flip. And which she loves. It's easy for her to use. She likes the Android system. It works better for her. And I'm half tempted, if I didn't have so much tied up into tied with my Apple stuff, I probably I would probably be switching to the same phone, but I got an iPhone 13 that I just like that video that I just showed earlier, where it was, it went real fast, and then I showed the slower one first. Well, I typed in, how do I, slow down, because it does it in a file format, and I save it to my phone from the app. And then I just typed in, how do I slow it down? And it says, if you're using an iPhone, just open up iMovie. I didn't know I still had iMovie on my iPhone. Sure enough, I do. Opened it up. You just click on it, and you just do the little slide thing and slide it down to half speed. And that's why I got a little, instead of an 8-second video, I got a 23-second video. And mind you, that was a 6-hour print too, by the way. That was 6.2 hour video. So,
wow.
Or print, and but let's see. This looks so much easier than I saw what Night Train just put up there. Yeah. Let's see. Printer runs low on ink, and Alexa tells me to ask if I want to order some more. Yeah. It's yeah, it's wrong chat box. Okay. Well, this does look easier than life. I was reading it off of the whatever this is, StreamYard chat. My mind has been here the last couple of days. My mind has just been skipping. I don't know what in the hell's going on. My memory's just, I've been having problems.
Maybe you need to change that needle. Put a sharper one in.
Put a sharper one in, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I've been,
then you might be
right.
That counts.
Stuttering.
Interesting.
I will take a moment or two to compose myself so that I don't have to try and stammer my way through the friggin' show, Art. Oh my God. Yeah. It's,
Mm-hmm.
so anyways, we actually talked about drones for a few minutes, tonight. So
Yes.
everybody
Yeah.
can go away and say, well, he
Mhm.
didn't know what in the hell he's talking about, which is
Yeah.
true. I've never claimed to be an expert on anything, and I forgot who it was put up there said I think it was Andrew, pick my favorite hobby. That's the problem. I got too many favorite hobbies,
Mm.
I like,
Mhm.
I like playing the guitar or the musical instruments, I like ventriloquism. I like 3D printing. I like flying drones, uh, shoot, we got a whole friggin' ceramic studio out there in our what used to be our carport.
Mhm.
You're
No,
welcome, Ron. You're welcome. Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks for
No
talking
worries.
about
You're
drones
welcome.
tonight. Well, I usually just mention drones a little on my show, and then tell everybody if they really want to know about drones to go to your
Yeah.
show, Ron. So
If you want to listen to the
Mhm.
experts,
yeah, 'cause God knows I don't know what the hell I'm talking about most of the time.
no, we don't.
I'm the first to admit it.
Mhm.
My father always said, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit. And I've been
Yeah,
baffling people for years.
That's one of
Yeah,
mine.
boy,
That's
you've been flinging it pretty good. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put you in the monkey exhibit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do
We're-
sling
we're
some
always-
bullshit, don't I?
We're always good to be the support act.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. Anyways,
Mhm.
but yeah, that's the one thing I remember my dad telling me, and I thought, what in the hell is he talking about? And as I got older, I realized, oh, he was talking about me. I knew what he was talking about. I just realized one of my lights.
Mhm.
Ronnie,
Go.
Hey, Ronnie,
There we go.
Hey, Ronnie.
we
Oh.
got mad
Hello, Ronnie.
props.
Mad props.
Yeah, Mad Props. I meant to say hello to him earlier. I saw his name pop up.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I used to be Gus for president. Yeah, Gus has a better chance of winning than I do. But yeah, I used to be a lot more well-rounded than I am now. But since I lost that 60, 70 pounds, I'm not nearly as well-rounded as I used to be.
Mhm.
That's why me and old Joe sort of look alike now. He's
Well, Lloyd, if you pull on it like this, it looks like you swallowed a turkey bone.
yeah. Yep, that's it right there. No, I didn't quite raise enough money to get on the debate, Ron.
oh, what a shame.
Yeah. Actually, I think Gus would have been good on there though,
Yeah.
or old Joe. He probably wouldn't have been able to tell the difference
he
between him and a couple of those other guys on there.
rings around Chris Crispy.
Yeah. Oh, I heard him saying something today, and it's just like, okay, put down your daylight
Pork?
donut or whatever. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
or your pork chop. Put down your pork chop, and call Trump a coward. I mean, he doesn't. It doesn't. What the hell? I just had something pop up over behind my screen there. It's like, what the hell is that? Something's trying to do an update while I'm doing my show. So,
Okay.
I hate when that happens. But yeah, I mean, this is the problem, all this name calling. It's just, I get so tired. And it doesn't matter which side you're on. It doesn't matter who you vote for. You just sit there and go, really?
Yeah.
I mean, at least, I mean, I remember watching, I remember the 68 convention. That was the one that really, well, I remember the 64 convention too, but I remember watching the 68 Democratic convention. And that was, wow, that was a lively one. That was, that was especially the Democrats. Boy, they were some really thugs back then. Well, they're still thugs, but but they had some really lively stuff going on there. They had riots, they had protests, they had, it was just like, wow. And that's that. We don't have those the conventions now are just so choreographed and boring, and you already know who's going to get the nomination, and you know who's going to bitch about it. And now it's less it matters how much you remember. That's true too.
Yeah, good point there,
But
Mark.
I remember the '68 convention is the one that really stuck out with me, and I was like, wow, wasn't that the one that who was the reporter that he was the anchorman for CBS. Not then, he was just a reporter then, but Dan Rather. That's the one Dan Rather got beat up. Yeah, Dan. Yeah. Yes, they do, guy. Yes, they do. God bless America, right? Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's huh?
Dan Blather.
I don't remember who else was there.
Walter
Who else got beat
Cronkite.
up? Well, Walter Cronkite, but he set up. He was upstairs in the studio.
Oh,
Dan
yes,
Rather
that's right.
Dan Rather got his butt handed to him out there in the. He was yelling and screaming about the strong-armed thugs. Yeah. And it's like, sorry, Dan, but
Yeah,
isn't that
he's
your party?
screaming, break his hand.
Yeah. It's like, that was. I remember that. And today's conventions are, they're just choreographed, stage shows. And they're not worth watching.
Yep.
And they don't even, shoot.
Yeah.
That's all you could find on
When was
TV.
the last time we had a brokered convention? That hasn't happened in like forever.
Was it 64? I think it's 64.
Oh, okay. Was
I
it the
think-
Republican or Democrat?
No, it's Democrats. It was because that's where Lyndon Johnson came in because a lot of people didn't want JFK in there, so they ended up having to. That's where they came up with Lyndon Johnson for the.
Dead by then.
Not 64. It was 1960. I'm sorry. You're right.
Oh.
Yeah, because. And I think it was I think 64 is probably Goldwater is probably what I'm thinking on the Republican side. But, and I'm thinking it was a brokered convention, but I can't remember. I do know in 80, there was a big toss around, Ronald Reagan was going to be but it looked at one point like he was going to pick Gerald Ford as his, maybe his vice presidential candidate.
76. He was trying to run against Ford because
Was that when he was running? Okay. I was thinking that's right because he picked up George H.W. To pick up that Texas. And,
that would be 1980. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been 80. That's right. It was the 76th convention in.
Well, Jimmy, there you go again.
Oh, that's another thing. Is that Jimmy Carter is probably he's on his way out now. His grandson came out and said that he's on his final stages of crossing over to the other side. So he's because I guess he has cancer and several other things. And I guess
he's had liver cancer for quite a while.
And he's no longer taking anything for it. And they say he's in his final day, getting close to his final days. As he put it, he'll probably lose his grandfather before he does his grandmother, and she's apparently starting to suffer from dementia. So Rosalind Carter is. So, whether you liked him or not, he made a pretty decent ex-president up until the last 10 years or so, 15 years. He's kind of. I felt he should have stayed in Georgia a little longer and not gotten out and campaigned for certain people. But that's I served under him as a commander in chief. He sucked. That's from my from my having to serve. He was the president I served under, and he okay. things were screwy. It was the end of this. It was the mid '70s, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Notice when I left Minefield, I went to Johnny's in Louisiana's home, now Houston. Oh, man, yeah, coming from Tennessee to Houston, you're probably
Mm.
you're
Houston,
probably burning
we
up.
have a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. I just reading who said that as Joe, so I need to pull my chat down so I can read a little better.
Mm.
Or put my
Mhm.
glasses on so I can see what in the hell it says.
Yeah, it might work, yeah. Maybe
yeah.
it'll make you talk a little clearer.
A little less, I mean, or a
That
little
too.
slower. Yeah.
A little slower. You can talk like Forrest Gump.
Good point, Mr. B.
Yeah. Good thing Biden was elected. Jimmy Carter is now not the worst president. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't normally talk politics on this show. I'm still a little leftover.
Yeah.
Still a little bit of a high leftover from yesterday's show.
Residual. You've still
Yeah,
got
it's the
residual.
residual. Yeah,
You've got to
Yeah,
get out
so-
of your system.
yeah. Hey, I talked about drones. What the hell they want, you know?
Yeah. How about that
Mhm.
Air 3?
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
the
how about
Mini
that Air
4.
3 or the Mini 4?
Yeah, how about that Air 3?
Yeah.
Oh, good point, Mark.
None of you guys have it, right?
No,
No,
I would like
Just don't
to.
have, I don't have the coinage at the moment for it.
Yeah.
I'd love one.
Yeah, I
I'd
don't
have
either.
to sell off some of my fleet to get that.
What was that? Yeah.
I'd rather get a Nevada before I got an Air 3.
Oh, I think you'd like the Avata. I really think
Yeah,
you would.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got the RC2 controller that,
Yep.
or the one that comes with the
Mhm.
the one that comes with the POS.
FPV,
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
that one.
the potato.
I've got that controller. Yeah, the potato. I have not tried flying with that. And probably I'll use my joystick controller because the way I have it mounted on that table, it just works, you know. And yeah, let's see. Another heat warning excessive heat warning in effect. Yeah. So what else is new?
So, Lloyd, did you get the motion controller too?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, I've got that.
Do you like it?
No, because it's too big for me. Because getting my thumb up on that joystick thing, it's too far up. So I still have to fly it two-handed. So,
Sorry. He chuckled, and my mind went exactly where I know his mind went.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Mike B.
Might be.
Yeah.
Apology accepted.
So, I'll
Well,
probably
okay, we'll be
sell
waiting.
it with my other
We're waiting for some
Avata that I've
video.
got.
Might be. Or Mr. B, sorry.
Let's see. Joe Biden is all seven dwarfs in one, being grumpy, dopey, doc, happy, bashful, sneezy, sleepy. Yeah.
They're going to tell me he's
Yeah.
not that multi-talented. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like I have people calling me up from other, you know, getting hold of me from other countries, and it's like, what in the hell are you people doing over there? I don't know. I have no clue.
Mhm.
You're supposed to fly two-handed? Yeah, well, okay.
Mhm.
You gotta remember, that's the thing I like about the motion controllers, because I flew flight simulator for so long that it's just, you know, it's there, you know, and I will check my
But with
props.
the new motion controller, you can fly backwards.
Yay.
Yeah, I think my coupon is expired for that already, but I could have got it for $99, and I should have. I just, you know.
Wow, that is a good deal. I think
Yeah.
I got mine for 124. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I could have got it for 99, but I just, you know, I didn't do it, and I use only one hand. I fly in circles. Yeah, well, that's true. If you, yeah, that's true. That's true. I can see that, but it depends on the drone. That's the thing I like about the motion controller. You can fly one handed, and you know, and,
which is good if you're constantly typing one handed.
yeah. What is that?
Oh yeah, that's right, Mr. B.
Mr. B. Yeah, I was reading that. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
it's not like
he's one indictment away from becoming president.
Yeah.
He's getting
and we're
more
off. So.
and more popular. Yeah.
He is. Yeah.
So did you see that video that I sent you, Lloyd? Victor Davis Hansen.
No, I did not get. I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't read. I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, okay.
And I meant to. I got. You sent that to me last night, right, or was it this morning? It was last night.
Somewhere around.
Sometime. Yeah. And yeah. No, I haven't watched it yet. I will try to. I'm looking over here, watching my chat and reading the chat, and I've got I don't multitask well. Okay, we know that. So, speaking of not multitasking well, right after this show, in about another 3 minutes, will be Drone Nation, and everybody needs to drop over there and give Billy Kyle a hard time, and everybody
Say hi
super
to his
chats.
cousin Gomer.
Yeah, well, everybody who super chats needs to say this is for Capri Sun. Say, Billy, this is for Capri Sun.
And by the way, you can super chat over on my channel. You're watching this show.
Just so you know, I don't get any of the money, even though it's being, because I'm not monetized, and I don't know if I ever will. I can't, I don't know what the deal.
Watch hours, or you just need the subs?
I don't have 1,000 subs yet, and I've got the 500 where I could get partially, but I don't have the hours, so I guess until I get enough.
He just needs 3,000.
Yeah.
And you're what at?
Yeah, I'm about 1,500, I think. 2,000.
2,090.
Yeah, something like that. No, I'm about 1,500, I think.
Okay.
The more they indict him, the more appeals to the minority. They're just boosting his street cred. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, like I said, we're at the top of the hour here. Just remember, when you go on there, everybody, if you give a super chat on Drone Nation, just always type in and say, this is for Billy to have a Capri Sun. So I used to, when he and Ken Dono used to do their live stream, I did that every week. I just always say, here's to buy you, because at the time when he started, he wasn't legal drinking age. All he could drink, and he drank those Capri Suns all the time. I just found it hilarious. So that's what I do. When I catch him, and I'm going to try and watch Ron's show as soon as I get through with this one. So,
we're all going to go over and raid his channel.
Yeah, go over there and raid Ron's channel. He puts a lot. I was listening to, I think it was Bill on Coast to Coast Drones, talking about how some of these guys put a lot of work into these channels. I don't. My show's a BS show. I know that, but
that's true.
I'm a vlogger, so I don't really fit in any niche. That's what vlogging is, talking about what in the hell's going on in my life. I do it for an hour, and you guys try to get into Word in Edgewise.
Yeah, well,
if you guys wonder, this is the reason I invite both Charles and Dominic on here, because they're men of a few words. And
I need to build up a bit of a spray so I can really get going.
Yeah.
Because once I get going, you won't stop me, I tell you.
Yeah, well, I can imagine that. Speaking of that, First Friday, Kelly Shore's First Friday, which is coming up, the next one coming up. The reason I held off is Mel will be the guest as far from what I understand from what Mel said, they nailed down the time in this next first Friday, and he's going to be talking about all the work he's doing with RC trucks and vehicles and auto modifications. So check that out. That's what he was going to tell you at the end of your show last night. He calls me and said, when Art's ready to go, he's ready to go. I said, yep. He had to get ready he had to go eat and get ready for bed, you know? And, but yeah, he met up with Kelly at, Minefield 4.0, and they worked out the details. So he'll be doing that because that's really what he's doing a lot of now. So, and I'll get a link to his other channel and put in the description either for this show or for next week's show. I'll have it up there.
That's something I haven't done in about 40 years. RC car.
Yeah, he's doing some.
Teenager.
He's doing some really high end mods. Yeah, he's doing these rock crawlers and stuff like that, but he's doing some real high end mods on it, and he's enjoying it, and he's making some money at it too, you know. And so, anyways, check out Kelly's first Friday, you know, Kelly Shore's Ready Set Drones first Friday show, because Mel will be the guest this next week. It is about 11 days.
Yeah.
First Friday. Well, for me, the first Friday is the 1st of September.
Yeah.
So it'll be
the second.
Morning.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be the second of
Saturday morning for me.
Yeah. Saturday morning for you. So it's
it'll be first Saturday for Dominic.
Yeah.
First Saturday for Dominic. So it'll be first Friday for us. So it's the 1st September. Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't looked at the calendar, but I just know that check that out because you see our old buddy Mel on there, and but
we'll do that.
He's still in Tennessee, so that's what he wanted to say yesterday, and I told him I'd plug it today. So I've plugged Ron Brown's channel, Drone Nation. Don't forget on Wednesday night to watch Bill on Coast to Coast Drones, Drone Therapy. That's always a great show. It's fun to watch. And of course, we got Art on Saturday. We've got Matt on Friday nights, my time,
Saturday morning his time,
and Uncle Bill's is on Sunday night. So that's so. Anyways, I've plugged everybody that I care about. So,
and what about our show on Sunday?
I did not. Oh, our show on Sunday. Yeah, that's right. 3 conservative gimps. If you want to hear me go off on a tirade, just watching that show because I can really get wound up. So, with that said and done, guys, I think I've said more than I need to, and probably more than I should have. And so, I want to thank you, Art, for always being here, and Charles, I always appreciate you being here. And Dominic, you know, you're always welcome, and I always appreciate it. And thanks to everybody in the chat for showing up. Go over and watch Drone Nation tonight. So
let's go.
We'll do.
Let's go and annoy them.
All right, I'm not even going to run the timer. Waste of time. Everybody, take care. I'll see you guys here next week, or I'll see you on Art's show Sunday night.
Well, somewhere else.
If not sooner. All right, bye bye for now.